Hello, hello! I'm the official name reader. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking at the Kalos bird, Fletchling, Fletchinder, I think, and then Talonflame. In my opinion, actually probably one of the best starter birds. The idea of giving a starter bird a secondary typing instantly makes that bird a lot more valuable, because you're like, shit, man, that's a good fire type. I can use that. That automatically makes it better than Pidgeot. Okay, so I guess I'll just highlight this. I know we talked about it a minute ago for the Greninja episode, and I was like, I don't remember what Tempest means. My mind's just going to Portuguese thing about Tempestade, which is storm. So this is a violent windstorm, so I guess it's meant to be more of a flying thing. But yes, we see this fairly often. I guess it's meant to be generic flying type nickname. I couldn't remember. And then right below Spitfire, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. It's just anytime I think about it, because I'm like, that's a cool name, my mind instantly goes to Magmar, the Spitfire Pokemon, so it's like, oh, I can't use it. I feel like for, we'll say, Pokemon types, you're allowed to use it as long as it's not that. So since Talonflame isn't the Spitfire Pokemon, I think you can get away with it. Just don't use it on Magmar. I support this. I think we saw this actually on the Ho-Oh episode? I might be wrong, but yeah, I suppose when you have a fire bird, you're gonna instantly think of phoenixes, and then from phoenixes, probably Harry Potter. From Harry Potter to Fox. So that's not a bad one. I also fully support Red Baron. For those of you who don't know, I believe it was World War I. He was one of the most infamous pilots, I think it was for Germany, that was never actually shot down, and he had a record kills or something like that. He was a notable name, and I want to say it was World War I. I'm gonna fact check myself. Okay, summarizing what I read real quick. Yes, he killed a lot of people. Yes, it was World War I. Yes, he was German. He died in combat, apparently. Who killed him is up for debate, but yes, German, World War I. He killed 80 people. Flying man. Hot Wings and KFC, that's pretty good. Expected. We see this fairly often, mostly for like other bird Pokemon. And, I mean, Moltres to me is like the perfect choice for Hot Wings, but I don't nickname Legendary, so I gave it to Blaziken because chicken. This, with Talonflame, it'll at least work because it's a fire type, so that'll work. And then KFC, sure, that's fine too. Captain Falcon is probably, I actually saw this, I think, yesterday, or the Greninja episode. And it makes perfect sense to me because it is a falcon, and it is heavily associated with fire, and most people are going to associate Captain Falcon with Smash Brothers and his fire-based moves and stuff like that. So I think it's totally acceptable. It's a shame oh my god, what is it shiny? It's not blue. It's a shame that shiny isn't blue, because that would have been the perfect reference. Okay, I have a question just because I don't understand this. It says omelet due to Talonflame's affiliation with eggs. Now I'm gonna go ahead, Control F this, so you can see at the top. It says egg. Where's the affiliation with eggs? Because it's not listed anywhere. It's not in its Pokedex entries or anything. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I don't know what affiliation it has with eggs, but it doesn't have an affiliation with eggs. But he's just saying shit. He's just saying words. So now that we've got that out of the way, the ones I think are worthwhile are going to be here at the bottom. Volvagia, I mean, not exactly my personal choice or what I would recommend for a Talonflame, but I mean for other Pokemon, sure. And I understand it because it flies and it has the fire, so I'm like, okay, cool, I can draw that connection. But I definitely think there's bound to be something else better that Volvagia would fit. I don't think Pokemon's made it yet, but maybe one day they will. Helmarock, which I mean I'm okay with, and I think Braviary is going to fit better for that personally, but I understand. And then Din, which there's not really any objections to that. That's just going to be the fire goddess, the power goddess from Zelda. We see this fairly often. You could use it in a lot of different trifectas. The starters are an example. There's probably some legendaries you could apply it to. So I mean, that's what's fun about the Zelda goddesses, is that they're so open to whatever Pokemon you want to attribute them to. I just feel like if you're going to go that direction, you gotta have to have a plan B with the other two, and know who you want to give those nicknames to and make it kind of make sense and fit. Well, we went from some surprisingly decent nicknames back to his brand. I don't know, my mind is like brand of comedy, but I'm like, it's not comedy, this is him being serious, and I know it is. So Priority, Wow, competitive joke so funny. Damn, man, because he always goes first. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You're so smart. Fuck yourself. That is the stupidest fucking name. Gale is a stupid. Windfall, I'm gonna give a slight pass to just because of Windfall Island from Wind Waker. So that's not terrible if you wanted to do that. But it's very clearly nothing to do with that. You get a pass out of coincidence. Birdramon, that's the Digimon, and, hold on. A striking yet powerful combination of the word bird, raw, and mon. I swear, guys, Digimon isn't real. I didn't just plagiarize this and then pretend I made it up. And you know, the fun thing is he's used Birdramon for other Pokemon too. So it's not, I don't care for it, I don't like it, and if you're gonna use it, for the love of fucking God, at least admit you stole it from Digimon instead of pretending you made it up so you can look like you're smart even though it's still a fucking bad nickname. And then lastly, Blazewing, Bird, Pyre, Ember, Phoenixes? Those are all bad. I don't even know if I want to say Ember's the worst or Phoenixes is the worst, because what the fuck is Phoenixes? But Ember just at least runs... It's not even Amber! That's the fun thing! It's just Ember! Ember used Ember! Wow, man, I like dick in my butt. Like, fuck you! You are so stupid, it actually hurts! I need therapy to overcome the mental trauma I go through reading this horse shit! I'll acknowledge McNugget for at least being a different thing, even though we saw something like Hot Wings and KFC earlier. McNugget's at least different. Honestly, it's one we don't see all that often. If that. I just want to highlight this title real quick. I have not seen Nightwing once. I'll highlight Wingdings. That's technically one I used for Pelipper. I literally just caught a shiny Pelipper one day, didn't know what the fuck to name it, and then Wingdings just popped into my head. It's a text style, you probably know it. Go open up your Microsoft Word, go to the text, go down to Wingdings. Those are the funny little shapes and all that. It's just a funny name because it's got wings. I know nothing about this, but the name looks slightly familiar, so if this means anything to you, here you go, there's another idea. Red Robin is a different food place. I'm okay with it. I mean, it starts out as a robin and then turns into a falcon. But I'm okay with it. I don't really have any problems. I don't think there's much else to say about it. It's different. Just want to point out real quick, M-Bird is better than just Ember. Like, there's at least a joke there. You're mixing the two words. It's not particularly grand, but it's like a million times better than Ember used Ember. Only acknowledging Angry Bird just because it's a red bird, and that's pretty much where it begins and ends. At this time, I think Angry Birds was starting to become popular when the Kalos games came out. So that's probably why this is even on here, even though I know this article is probably not dated until sometime within the last couple years. I did my outro, then forgot we needed to check rankers. So now that we're done, and we've looked at everything on the first page of Google, now we can say our outro and all that shit. We did find what I feel is a lot of strong nicknames. Probably, honestly, the best episode of Kalos we've had thus far. Strongest nicknames out of Kalos we've had thus far. And it's not too often that a random Pokemon has better results than the fucking starters. The spreadsheet, however, is full of dog shit. Blaze, wow, how fucking original. Please stop breathing on my planet. Moving on to comment suggestions. Talo's a canon nickname, so there's that. Not particularly great. I kind of like Kindle, because that could also work with birds, because don't they kindle a nest or something like that? So that one's like a little bit of a double meaning, but they're pretty, I mean, it's still pretty low to me. And then the spicy Portuguese sauce made from bird's eye chilies, you know, there's another nice drawn connection between the two. Afterburner's okay, I don't have a problem with that. There's not too much to say about most of these, honestly. But we saw a lot of strong ones here today. Going over them, Red Robin KFC for your little restaurants. Those I'm fine with. Captain Falcon, that's a pretty easy one as well. Hot Wings for more food-based nicknames, along with McNugget if you wanted to do that. Red Baron, which was, I mean, that's a real good choice. I like that one. I think my brother will love that one because he's always, as far as I know, he's been a fan of Red Baron and always made that little joke with the pizza. When I typed in Red Baron into Google, the top result was the pizza, and then right next to the pizza was the guy. It was strangely difficult to find the Wikipedia article. Fox from Harry Potter, another good choice. And then this was surprising that I didn't stumble across it because I know we've seen it in previous episodes. Maybe not for Talonflame, but for other Pokemon. For me, the one I'm going to stick with is going to be Firebolt after the broom Harry Potter gets in, what's it, I think the third book, Azkaban. Because it's called Fire and it's super fast. Wow, look at that! It doesn't take that much to piece 2 and 2 together. So I think that's a good name that I feel is going to fit Talonflame probably better than any other Pokemon. Are there others that it could fit? I mean, yeah, maybe. But I think Talonflame being as fast as it is, as fire as it is, and as fly as it is going to be an easy choice. So that's going to be what I stick with. Otherwise, we got some good shit. Hopefully this helped you out, and if not, well, there is comments, and the only way you can find the comments is if people put their ideas down below first. So write your idea down below, whatever you got, and then you can look at other people's and see what they got, and then you can give thumbs ups to the ones that are good. And then if you're on like the top comments, it'll like, I don't know, maybe highlight the best ones first. And if you're on most recent, it doesn't fucking matter. But you know, you can actually switch between most recent and top comments. That's a thing I'm not sure many people know they can actually do anymore. You can organize the comments. Okay, that's that. I'm ending the video now. Bye bye!